Hey there, my name is John. I'm a solar professional. I've been doing solar panel installation and battery installations for the last 15 years. My Solar Home is my channel and it's devoted to everything solar, batteries, and renewable energy. Now, many of you have probably seen neighbors going solar and thinking, hey, am I being stupid? Do they know something that I don't know? This is a short video, and I promise you, once you see this, you will know why everybody is rushing towards solar. You can make your own decision whether it's a smart decision or if they are being foolish. So in this video, I'm going to show you the top 3 reasons why people are going solar. Why does Uncle Sam actually want you to go solar? And finally, I'll take you through some numbers to help you evaluate these options. So hang in there. This video is short, but I promise you it's going to give you some real insights into why solar could be a good option for you. Okay, let's get started. And before I forget, please like and subscribe my channel. It helps to keep me going. So let's get on with it. Why should you even think about going solar? Now, to understand that, we'll have to look at the big picture. Yep, that big picture. But jokes aside, the reason we are talking about solar today is essentially driven by the United States' commitment to climate change. We are now back in the Paris Accord, and as per our commitments, the US has to reduce their green gas emissions by 50% by 2030, which is just 7 years away. And then we are supposed to reach net zero emissions by 2050. And you know, we take our commitments to global climate change very seriously. These commitments have far reaching effects in our lives, as you're going to see very shortly. So, big picture, if you look at where the US generates all its green gases from by sector, the electric power sector generates a whopping 25% of that. So, if we are to meet these commitments, the power sector has to significantly reduce green gas emissions. And guess what? The only way they can do that is by changing the way they produce electric power, moving away from coal, from natural gas, and moving into solar and wind farms. Now, another big picture you need to look at is where is all this electricity being used? Residential homeowners like you and me and commercial buildings, they use 30% of all the electricity produced in the US. So guess what? We will have to use less power going forward. So these two imperatives are causing huge changes in the landscape. Let's look at what's been happening in the last 40 years and in particular in the last 10 years and then going forward. First, what are the power companies doing? The power companies are actually accelerating, galloping, they're going at light speed, getting their infrastructure revamped, moving away from coal, moving away from natural gas, investing gigawatts, investing into gigawatts and gigawatts of solar fields. Everywhere you're seeing electric companies putting in applications for more solar and more wind. So that's reason number one. The utility companies are being forced to make huge investments, and all that is going to get passed on to you and me. And we're going to pay for it whether we like it or not. The second big reason that there is a huge adoption of solar happening is Uncle Sam wants you to go solar. And the reason is, remember when we looked at that, commercial and residential electricity usage is comprising 30% of total green gas house emissions. That has to be reduced. The easiest way to do that is if all of us move to renewable and solar. Those 30% numbers will come down dramatically. So Uncle Sam wants you to go solar. Now, the only way Uncle Sam knows that will work is based on what has worked in the past. What was the last product we had where Uncle Sam wanted us to reduce consumption? Cigarettes. Yes, cigarettes. Uncle Sam in the 70s decided that yes, this is a public health hazard. We have to get our population to smoke less, use less cigarettes. They tried everything at first: public messaging, warnings on the labels, advertising campaigns, but nothing worked. The only thing that worked was increasing the prices of cigarettes. Since the 70s, the prices of cigarettes have doubled every 10 years. From 50 cents, we're today at about an average of $8 a pack. And cigarette smokers are a rare commodity today, vaping apart. Let's look at what's been happening to electricity and electric rates in the last 40 years. From 1974 to 1994, the average price of electricity went up from 4 cents a kilowatt hours to 8 cents a kilowatt hours. Prices actually doubled. The reason obviously was the energy shock of the 70s, and the entire energy landscape changed. From 1994 to 2004, electricity prices went up from 8 cents a kilowatt hour to 10 cents a kilowatt hour. That's a 25% increase over those 10 years. Of course, Bill Clinton would like to take credit for that small rise, but it was actually just keeping pace with inflation. Now, from 2004 to 2023, things have been very different. Since we signed the Paris Climate Accord, things have moved at a rocket pace. Electricity prices have gone up from 10 cents to 18 cents in these last 18 years. That's an 80% rise in prices. And the reason the prices have gone up are the factors we're talking about right now. I won't be surprised at all that from now to 2030, when we have to hit 50% emission levels, if our prices do not double from 18 cents to 36 cents. And this is already happening in a few states like California, Massachusetts, Connecticut, etc. Prices are really going up. From 2030 to 2050 is anybody's guess, but if I were to make a guess, I would say rates would quadruple in that 20-year period. Uncle Sam doesn't want you to use more power from the power companies. It wants you to cut down your usage and use more and more solar energy. The third major factor which is driving the adoption of solar is the relative affordability of solar today. In 1958, when first commercial solar panels came out, a 10 kW system, that's the system which most homeowners now in the US tend to buy, would have cost you $1 million. The same system is today available between $25,000 to $35,000. Still a hefty packet, but if you compare it to what you're paying for your electricity today, it's not such a big deal. And consider the huge amount of incentives being offered by the federal government as well as your state government. The federal government offers you a 30% discount on your system straight off. It'll come off your federal income taxes. You get that regardless of your income level. You get a 30% tax credit. Many states offer renewable energy credits, state tax credits, grants, etc., which further reduce your system price by another 20 to 40%. So in many states, the net cost of your system is actually between $10,000 and $20,000. And even if that seems to be a big chunk of money for you, there are so many programs which allow you to buy the system by paying less than what you pay for your current electric bill that it's becoming a no-brainer. The other thing that's happening is that folks are waking up to huge electric bills every summer. If you see a $200 or $300 electric bill, you tend to do the math and say, hey, if I continue spending at this rate, in 5 years, I'll have spent $20,000 on my electric bill. In 15 years, I would spend 75, 80 grand on electric cars. Why should I continue to do this? Why don't I divert the same amount of money and buy my own energy production equipment today? I go solar, I become energy independent. I have my own solar production facility. I don't have to pay for electricity after 5 years. Guess what? These solar systems that you're buying today, they're going to last a really, really long time. Technology which was made in the 1980s. For example, this solar system that you see here is installed on the roof in the University of Applied Sciences in Lugano in Switzerland. This system is still working today. The system which was installed in the 70s is still producing power in 2023, more than 40 years later, and its production is at 75% of the original numbers. No mean feat. And with modern technology, newer panels, higher efficiency panels that you're seeing today, you're likely to see lifespans of at least 50 years for your solar panels. So the math is becoming impossible to avoid. Would you rather keep paying the electric company huge amounts and thousands over the years, or pay yourself, build your own asset, and become energy independent? Finally, there are so many solar options today that have no cost out of pocket for you. You are anyway spending money every month on your electric bill. If you could get a solar system by spending less than that, why will you not do that? Remember, when you pay your electric bill, you're throwing the money away. The energy company is taking that money, it's like you're paying rent. Versus if you invested that money into your own solar system, it's like your home mortgage. You pay every month, you're paying the same thing that you're paying the electric company, or hopefully you're paying less. And that money is going towards building equity in your solar system. Every year you pay, you own more of your solar system. In 5 years, you could be out. The solar system is yours. There are no more payments, and you haven't paid significantly more than what you are normally going to pay your electric company. But now you have another 45 years of free electricity. It is simply astounding why people are not going solar everywhere. The math works out to 5 to 10 to 12 years, depending on where you stay. But hey, do you want to keep paying for electricity for 50 more years, or become energy independent in the next 5 to 12 years? The decision is yours to make. If you do decide to go solar, don't forget to write to me. I'm at john@mysolarhome.us or at 609-908-3700. I can help you go solar. I have every option available for solar. My prices are fair. I believe in being an honest solar broker. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do like and subscribe. Helps my channel keep going. Have a wonderful day.